Hello everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. In case we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a nice gentle full body flow, so find a little bit of space to move and let's get started. So let's begin today in just a nice comfy seat. You might place your hands on your knees or in your lap, but let your eyes close. Taking a nice deep breath in, start to lengthen your spine a little more. A deep breath out. Taking another deep breath in and out. And then one more really deep breath in. Fill your body up with air and then slowly let it go. Just taking this time, these first few moments, to let go of your day. And you might start to let your chin fall down towards your collarbone, feeling the length through the back of your neck. And using an inhale as you roll your head over towards your right shoulder. And then slowly bring your chin back down. And inhale as you roll your head to the other side. And then slowly bring your chin back down. Let your head stay tipping forwards. But take another deep breath in and lengthen your spine again. Deep breath out. Letting another inhale lift your chin back to a neutral place. And you can slowly start to open your eyes. We'll make our way into tabletop, onto our hands and knees. You can spread your fingers nice and wide, but maybe your hips will go for a gentle rock or sway side to side. Maybe just closing your eyes for a moment. Checking in with how you are feeling so far today. Checking in with any thoughts that may be still on your mind, and you could just set them to the side for a moment. And think about your shoulders. Think about your hips. Think about your breath. And eventually tucking your toes under, if you haven't done so already, and lifting your knees up into downward facing dog. Take a moment again to check in. Maybe a gentle sway of the hips in your downward dog. Maybe be still. But how do your shoulders feel now? What about the hips? The back of your legs? Can you take a deep breath in and a deep breath out? Notice if that thought that was on your mind before is still there, or maybe it's off to the side still and it can stay there for another moment or two. From your downward facing dog though, use an inhale to gaze forwards. As you exhale, walk your feet to the top of your mat. Once you get there, inhale for a half lift. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale as you find your way up to standing, reaching up. Exhale, lower your arms to your sides. Maybe roll your shoulders back and down. Take an inhale as you reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, take a half lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, we'll come all the way up to standing again, reaching up. Exhale, lowering your arms down. Shoulder roll if you want one. Big inhale to reach up. Exhale, folds. Inhale, half lifts. Exhale, fold forwards. Plant your hands, stepping your feet back into downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, lower your knees down to your mat. See if you can bring your knees about hip width apart, right underneath your hips. Walking your arms out in front. Look forwards to your hands for a moment. Spread your fingers wide and then start to drop your chest, your forehead down, softening your shoulders. Puppy dog. Taking just another breath and letting an inhale lift your chest, walking your hands under your shoulders, maybe a gentle rock of the hips side to side, tucking the toes eventually though to find downward facing dog. Once you get there, you can walk your feet together and inhale as you lift your right foot any amount, but you might bend the knee, look under your right arm. Open the belly button to the right side. Open the hip. Take another inhale and exhale to rest the right foot down. And an inhale as you lift the left leg, the foot. Maybe bend your knee. A little three-legged dog. Taking another inhale. And an exhale to bring your foot down again. With an inhale, start to look forwards to your hands. And exhale, walk your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, find your way all the way up to standing, reaching up. Maybe keeping your hands together, your arms lifted. Maybe looking up. Breathe, standing tall or adding a little back bend here. Stay for another inhale. Use an exhale to fold all the way down. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale, fold, planting your hands, step back into your downward facing dog. Taking an inhale and an exhale to lower your knees down to your mat. We're gonna set up our tabletop for a moment here. So spread your fingers wide, bring your wrists underneath your shoulders, and then you might extend your right leg back behind you. Tuck your toes, push the ball of your foot into the mat. You can keep that right leg out behind you. You could walk it over to the left side, push into the ball of the foot. Try to send your hips over towards the right side. And then walking that right foot back behind you and sliding your knee in as well. You can switch sides, extend your left leg out long, push into the ball of your foot, staying here, or maybe your foot will walk to the right, sending the hips to the left. Nice work, you guys, walking that leg back behind you if it's not already there. Slide your knee in to your tabletop. Maybe take a gentle rock side to side. And then we're just going to find our puppy dog again. So reaching both of your arms out in front, melting your chest down, keep your hips lifted, softening through the shoulders. Breathe. Nice work, you guys. Letting an inhale. Lift your chest again. Walk your hands under your shoulders. Maybe take a gentle sway of the hips side to side. Tuck your toes, though. Lift up into downward facing dog. Using an inhale to look forwards. Exhale to walk your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folds. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, reaching up, looking up. Exhale, you can lower your arms to your sides, but you might interlace your fingers behind you. Take an inhale to lift your chest. Exhale, we're going to fold forwards with the option to keep your hands together behind you or to bring them down towards your mat, but just fold forwards. Bring your chin a little closer to your collarbone. If your fingers are interlaced behind you, you might lift your hands off of your low back. Feel the chest, the shoulders, and the arms. And then using an inhale, let's lift halfway. Maybe your hands stay behind you. Half lift the long spine. Exhale, we're going to fold again. This time release your hands back towards your mat if they haven't already. Plant your hands and step back into downward facing dog. Push into your palms. Take an inhale, and exhale as you lower your knees down to your mat. Crossing your ankles so that you can sit down, bringing your legs out in front. So we're just going to lean back here. Turn your thumbs so they're facing out to the sides, your fingers pointing back behind you. We can start to lift the chest, the chin a little bit. You can stay where you are. Maybe you need to scoot your hips closer to your hands, or maybe if you want more, you'll scoot your hips a little further from your hands. And you can walk your hips, your feet further from your hands until you find a sweet spot where you feel the openness through the chest, through the arms. Maybe you've gone a little too far. You're starting to make your journey back a little bit. Find that sweet spot. Close your eyes, perhaps. Breathe. Nice, you guys. Stay here for another breath. And then start to lean forward. See if you can take the weight out of your hands. Maybe even give your knees a hug. And we're going to start to lay down on our backs. So you can roll down. Maybe your knees will come with you towards the chest. Maybe your feet will stay planted, but you can add a gentle rock side to side here, massaging the low back. If your feet are lifted up right now, though, start to bring them back down. Just bending your knees, planting your feet. We're going to reach our arms out wide. Let your palms face up. And then see if you can slide your arms above your head. Maybe your palms can continue to face up. Maybe you will interlace your fingers. Your first finger, your thumbs could stay extended so that they're comfortable. But just trying to bring your arms to either side of your ears. So if this is comfortable for your arms to stay for a little bit, you can stay here. Or you can bring your arms back to your sides. We're just going to move our legs a little bit. And that might be into a diamond shape. Let your knees fall out wide. Maybe bring the soles of your feet together. And staying where your legs are, or keeping your legs where they are. Maybe moving your arms again. If you're interlacing your fingers, you can let that go. Try to hold your elbows or your forearms, framing your head still. Just letting your body relax while also still feeling some love through the legs, the shoulders. You can keep your arms where they are, perhaps And this time, start to move your legs, bringing your knees back together. You might scoot your feet out wider, letting your knees tip towards the middle, towards one another. And then maybe, once again, your legs will stay where they are. And if you're going to move your arms again, this time we're going to try to bring our hands behind our head. And the elbows might come out to the sides a little more. You can rest your head in your hands. Or if you want to keep your elbows kind of tucking in, you might lift your shoulders just slightly to try to bring your hands more towards the top of your shoulders instead of just the back of the head. And you might have one hand on top of the other. So then you're just going to switch sides. You're going to flip your hands, whichever one was on top. And just leaving your arms where they are for a moment, but starting to open the knees again. You could scoot your feet back to about hip width apart or just to a neutral place. And then we'll be lifting our chin towards our collarbone. So move your hands so that they're behind your head again. Create the length, the back of your neck, lifting your chin towards your collarbone. You might be looking at your legs and start to send them out long. Your feet out wide. Keeping your head lifted for just another inhale. Letting an exhale. Release it down. Take your hands out from under your head. Bring your arms to a comfy place beside you. Closing your eyes. Finding stillness. Finding your Shavasana. Staying here for as long as you have time for today. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, namaste.